Today we'd like to present our research to you regarding the Vietnamese academic journals. The title of the research is From ACI to Scopus, Evaluating Vietnamese ACI Journals Against the Minimum Criteria of Scopus. As you know, in Vietnam, in order to be included in Scopus, many journals choose the pathway of being included in the ASEAN Citation Index, a regional journal database. So the aim of this is to evaluate the existing ACI journals in Vietnam to see whether they meet the minimum requirement of Scopus, and from there we can withdraw some recommendations for the journals in order to increase the quality, in order to increase their chance of being included in Scopus or Web of Science. The methodology we are going to use in this research includes two types. The first one is the quality content analysis. We are going to evaluate the journals regarding the content of the journal. And then the second method is the comparative analysis. We are going to compare the ACI criteria versus the minimum Scopus criteria and relate it to the ACI journals in Vietnam to see how they fit the minimum requirement of Scopus. The data we have here, is the 323 Vietnamese journals. In there, we have 31 journals that are in ACI and 15 journals are in Scopus and Web of Science. And we have 8 journals that are included in both ACI and Scopus or Web of Science. And so for now, we have 23 journals that are in ACI and that are not in Scopus or Web of Science yet. So what do we have? What do we find in terms of the results? A small differentiation we can observe is the criteria of ACI before 2024 and the criteria in 2024. Prior to 2024, the criteria are basic, including the abstract quality, the peer review process, the information on the website, while in 2024, the criteria are changed and it goes along pretty well with the minimum requirement of Scopus. Next, please. So, what do we have here in terms of the findings? We can see 3 types of journals in this table. We have the journals that are already indexed in Scopus or Web of Science. So far now we have 15 of them in Vietnam. The second are the ACI index journals that are included in ACI before 2024, and there are 19 of them. Remember, in these 19, 8 of them are later being included in Scopus and Web of Science. And then the newly indexed in ACI, we have 12 of them that are indexed in 2024. So first, we see that the publication model, all of them are open access. For the journals that are newly indexed, they are completely open access. You see it here. Regarding the publishers, we have 2 types of publishers in Vietnam. One is the renowned international publishers, such as the Wiley, such as Taylor and Francis, or White Scientific Publishing, or the Emeralds. And then the other type is the local publishers. We can see that for the newly indexed ACI journals, they are all published by the local publishers. And regarding the manuscript management systems, we have 2 types. One, the basic one are the OJS, and the modern one are the manuscript central site, such as Scholar One or Editorial Manager, and so on. And so the newly indexed ACI are all OJS, while the previous ones are, some of them are already with the modern system, such as Scholar One and so on. And now I'm going to talk about the SWOT analysis regarding the academic journals in Vietnam. 3 strengths, 3 weaknesses, 2 opportunities, and 2 threats. So what conclusions we can withdraw here? We can see that the ASEAN Citation Index, even though it is discontinued starting in 2025, but the existence of this regional database is a very good preparation for the academic journals in a developing country like Vietnam, because these journals have to go through important improvement process. And so far, the ACI journals already meet all the minimum requirements of being included in Scopus. So what are the recommendations? At the regional levels, we think that in regions in the world, we still need some regional database that at least can work as the intermediate steps for the academic journals to improve themselves in order to meet higher standards database. In Asia, when ACI is discontinued, maybe we need another one to replace that. And some other associations can work on it, and we really look for that. The second one, in terms of the government for Vietnam specifically, we think Vietnam has to increase the investment in scholarly publishing in order to have the academic journals to develop. And regarding the journals themselves, the journal needs to improve the policies that are still has some limits regarding the ethics, regarding the AI usage, regarding the restriction. And the last, but maybe the most important one, in order to be included in the Scopus, is we have to do all ways to boost the visibility of the Vietnamese journals in order to increase the impact, in order to increase the citation or downloads. And the important way is via international collaboration. So thank you very much.